Dude, I just remember my mom just having so many questions. She's like, yo, you're going out the country with what job? Oh, it's just a business. Oh, okay. I just recently purchased like a car, my Camry, and she said, where are you getting this money from? And I'm like, it's my business. She's like, you are selling drugs. That's what she tell me. She thinks that. You are selling drugs. I have a photography studio where I do portrait sessions. She thinks I use that for inventory for my drugs.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, to this day. Where are you getting this money? Literally all the time, bro.
What is up, guys? My name is Philemon Meazza, coming back at you live, and you are watching the Brief Dive Podcast. Hope you enjoy.
What's up, guys? Today we're diving into the art of creativity with someone who lives it every day. At just 23, Yonáthan, better known as JusCallMeShoots, has already photographed and co-directed campaigns for Reebok, Ralph Lauren, and Telfar, captured iconic moments for artists like Summer Walker and Smino, and been featured in Culture Icon TV, the Commonwealth Times, and OK Africa. But what makes Yoni's work stand out isn't just the resume, it's his vision. As a photographer, director, and magazine contributor, he weaves history, culture, and uniquely Ethiopian perspective into images that feel both intimate and timeless. And today we're unpacking how that vision comes to life. All from the first spark of an idea to the finished shot, exploring the process of cultivating creativity and turning inspiration into art. Thank you for joining the show, Yoni.
Man, thank you for having me, bro.
Of course, man. You're very talented at what you do. I had to get you on the podcast.
Man,
I appreciate you joining. Thank
Absolutely,
you.
bro.
Appreciate you.
Especially with what you do, man. This is great what you got going on, especially for the community and the area. I love it.
Sure. Thank you. I appreciate that. But I think a lot of people, they know what you post, and some people know how you do it. But I don't think a lot of people know what goes on in your head throughout the entire process. So that's what I want to get into. First question, can you share your story of how you first got into photography and videography?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's actually a really interesting story that a lot of people aren't really that aware of. So what this was back when, let's rewind back to my junior year of college, 2021. Around that time, a lot of stuff wasn't going my way for the most part. And I was going through what you call character development. A lot of moments like that. I had a lot of arcs. That was a very specific arc that I had from the age of 20 to 23. Glory be to God, I made it past that. But just to give you a little bit of insight of what I mean by that, one moment that did happen was I was working like a college job, traditional job, whatever the case may be. And it was paying, you know, a decent amount, like $15 an hour, nothing crazy. And it helped me pay my rent and get groceries and all that good stuff. And then next thing you know, long story short, I actually got fired from that job in a very like uncandid way, if that makes sense.
We are able to disclose like what job this was?
Dude, it was like just a basic like student manager position. Okay. And it's like they were just telling me that they just had too many student managers. I kind of like flicked them off for it, because I really needed the position. Not actually, like mentally in my head. East Africans, we don't do confrontations. It's not in our genes or in our history whatsoever. We kind of just keep those things to ourselves. But I remember at the time, I was like experimenting with photos, because I was doing like podcasts for myself. I think I mentioned this to you last time we spoke in person. But I wanted to upgrade the quality of my videos, of what I was posting on IG and all that good stuff. So I thought, why not just buy like, you know, a camera rather than using my phone. Did that, and I realized... You were doing it
on your phone?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know, I realized $500 at the time for a camera was a huge dent in like my financial pockets at college. And this was before I got fired. Then I got fired. And then I realized, okay, how can I make my money back with this camera?
Yeah.
And then I just searched up YouTube videos, start a freelance business. So that's what I started doing. I was shooting around on campus, offering free shoots 24/7 until I built like an established portfolio. And then I guess people just wanted photos to look nice for IG. And I remember when I first started, people got a great deal back then from me. Like, it was like $25 for a photo shoot.
You serious?
Yeah. Yeah. $20, $30.
Is there a certain amount of hours for that, or just like?
Dude, I didn't even know what the rules were, honestly speaking. People would be like, oh yeah, let's shoot. Let's go here, here, here. Next thing you know, 6 hours gone of just me taking like 5,000 photos for $25. I'm like, oh. And people are like, it's a bit too expensive. Nah, cool.
They said that was expensive.
Yeah.
I guess
Well,
in
this
college,
is college students. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But in the long run, that did help me pay my bills. Next thing you know, because I looked at photography as more like a survival of the fittest game. The more pictures I took, the more money I could make. The more money I could make, the more I could get my rent covered and my groceries like paid for.
Dang, so it was like a survival thing. Okay.
Yeah, 100%. And the nice thing about it too was I didn't have a set schedule. So going to class was very flexible for me because I could shoot whenever I wanted to. Eventually, you know, prices went up, and for some reason I just fell in love with the game. Like, I really, really enjoyed putting people in specific spaces and just like cultivated like a love for the art, I guess you could say. And then next thing you know, the more YouTube videos I watched, the more references I've seen on Pinterest, the more I wanted to experiment with it for the most part.
So like self-taught. A lot of it was self-taught.
Yeah, YouTube University. It's the best way to go. If anybody decides to go to school for photography or film, you might as well just... Actually, let me not say it. Let me not say it.
You could say it, then
But-
maybe I'll cut it off.
All right, cool. But yeah, that literally was self-taught, all straight from YouTube. And what else happened then? I mean, I just...
25. I'm still thinking about the $25.
Yeah, $25 for grad shoots.
How did you make enough for rent, for food, for living?
You do what? 25? What? My rent was like what? 500 a month. So what? I would have to do like 20 shoots in a month.
How did you space those out in college?
Sometimes it would be like 25 an hour if I'm doing events too.
Oh wow.
So maybe if I do like one event for 4 hours, I'm covered. And I thought I was the king of the world with that type of rates. Oh my God. But yeah, I fell in love with the game. And then I got reached out by some people because, you know, like I said, when you're in college, you want to experiment. Everybody is in this experimental phase where they're figuring out who they are.
Yeah.
You know, they see a person with a camera and they say, hey, there was this modeling group, shout out to them, Statement Models, that gave me an opportunity to do a photo shoot with them, kind of like a concept shoot. I wasn't paid, but I was like, it's okay. I'll get to experiment, test the waters, see how things go. This was my senior year of college. And I remember when that shoot was made and when I posted it, that's when Summer Walker saw the photos herself and put it on her personal page. And then my stuff was published on Culture Icon TV. And I think from that point on, that's when I just learned to capitalize on the moment. I made a website that same day as soon as I saw her like post about it. And I boosted my rates from $25 to $50 to like $150, $200 that same exact day. And everyone was like, oh yeah, it's worth it. Because they're like, oh, like, you know, because credibility is like everything, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then since then, man, I mean,
So
yeah.
So in the photography business, I
Mhm.
don't know if it's the same as like barbering or things like that, but do your rates go higher based off your accomplishments, or is it like a gradual thing? I know for you, it was just more like you seek the opportunity, took advantage of it. But how does it normally work?
Yeah. It's really just based off of like how well you're known. Because say for example, if you're a barber that cuts high school basketball students, you're expected to maybe pay like $30-$40 for it. But if you're a barber that cuts for Jaden Daniels or for LeBron James, of course it's going to be no less than $5,000 for that haircut, regardless of how quick that lineup may like fade away after one shower. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, when you capitalize on moments like that, because you realize Because I started hearing about other photographers charging like $10,000 for a photo shoot before. Oh yeah, in this city, in DC.
In DC?
Yeah, there's photographers that charge $10,000 for a photo shoot session, and it's really just because they shoot either really exclusive photos or they're so well known in the area that their target audience is really just for that demographic of people that have a ton of money to spend. So when you start thinking about it from that perspective, you can charge, even today, if I wanted to, I could charge however much I really wanted to, but the realistic chances of people actually paying that amount isn't that high just about yet, because obviously there's more work to get done. But yeah, to answer your question, yes, that usually is how it goes. The more accomplishments, the more money you're expected to make. Prices go up. That's exactly how it is.
That makes me think, like, now compared to then, like, how is your way of thinking, like, different in terms of, like, seeing a shoot or, like, your idea of creativity, for instance? Like, how does that look like now compared to before?
Before, it was really just about needing to make money. Now, just about expressing myself in any way, shape, or form. Because you can do, like, so much with photography. And even like film directing, creative directing as well too. The process used to be, look at a Pinterest board and like follow those guidelines. But now, since I'm more tapped in with like directing, it's more like, okay, you come up with like a storyboard and then you put it in a presentation. You make like a deck and everything for it. Pre-production, that's essentially what it's called. Like, you focus a lot more on that and realize, you just plan as best as possible for the shoot or the day you need to execute. And then whatever idea it is you have, you just bring it to life on the day of execution. So yeah.
That being said, how does the whole process look like? Because I've always been curious. Like, I remember you invited me one time.
Mm-hmm.
I unfortunately wasn't able to make it, but how does that process look like of the production?
Like, step by step?
The second you have the idea to the second you post it.
Okay. Solid. Well, inspiration comes from just about anything, right?
Yeah.
It can come from when you're listening to music. It can come from when you're watching a video or movies. It can come from just life in general. So the most important thing is just experiencing life. That's what I like to do.
Experiencing life.
Yeah.
So deep on that?
Yeah. Because everything is so digitized, and I'll catch myself just photographing everything for no reason. But I'm like, let me put this all away and actually live a real life, which most people don't actually live or don't know how to do. But then eventually something will click. Once that idea clicks, that's step one. Step two is seeing it on paper or like on like a PDF format or Pinterest or whatever the case may be. So you find inspo, you see if anyone else has done it, or if there's something similar to it. Collectively put those things together, and then once you kind of formulate how it could potentially go based off of other people's work or things that you have seen online, step three is figuring out logistics and itinerary. So that's like date, time, location, figuring out what people are going to wear.
He's making it easier said than done, guys. I can tell it's like...
No, it is very easy. The only thing is that most people just lack organization and structure in the creative field. That's the thing. But I'll tap more back into that, because that's actually a really important thing to know. But once you understand the itinerary and what that looks like, then you go ahead and scout people. So that's like step 4 that I usually do. Find people that are willing to be in it. Who's going to be the model? Who's going to be the stylist? Who's going to be the assistant director? The DP, whatever the case may be. And then once you put those things together, you do step 5, which is invitations. So just letting people, so invitations, sending out like decks or treatments where it has like the whole scope of the shoot put together in like a PDF format. That's usually what I do. Or like Milanote, how people use that as well. Send those out to everyone involved. And then step 6 is day of execution. You execute the project, you shoot it, Everything is good to go. You follow everything that's placed on that invite or like deck treatment thing. And then step 8 after that is wrap up and edit and post-production. Step 9 is figuring out a rollout, you know, how to post it, what time to do it, what day, all those things. If there's going to be like a teaser for it or not. And then after that, you just show it to the world for them to interpret themselves. So yeah, that's like the scope of it. So yeah.
That's a good process.
Yeah.
So you do like the logistic part all yourself?
Yeah, 90% of the time, yeah.
Does it get overwhelming to have to control so many different people in a project?
Honestly, nah, because when you learn how to do everything yourself first, it separates you from anybody else that's in the field. Because I know really talented creatives or directors or photographers or models or whatever the case may be, but since they don't know what it means to create a deck or like send out like an invitation or figure out what the styling looks like or understand how to communicate with people, then when you look around and see who's able to accomplish this and you find someone that knows how to do just about everything and direct people as well, you tend to kind of like stand alone amongst your competition. And I think that's something that's definitely helped for me. So
It gives you confidence too, right?
Oh, 100%, yeah. Because when you go into shoots, I mean, dude, like, I've been doing it for like 4 years now. A lot of people in the creative field, I hate to say it, but everyone is just a hippie. You know what I mean?
Hippie.
Like they're just off of something. And it's like really, really aggravating because it's like, again, with the whole structure and organization thing, I went to VCU for undergrad, Richmond, Virginia.
Oof.
And the best way to, 100%. The best way, I tell people the best way to describe Richmond, Virginia is like, it's like an aesthetically pleasing trash can, if you want me to be honest with you.
That is so
right?
true.
Right? Oh, that's a dap up. My bad. Yikarta.
On 4K. I'm playing. But that's true. That's
right?
true. Yeah.
And people will just like for example, especially I did this shoot with at the time I didn't know they were YNs, but looking back at it, they were YNs. And we were at a studio that I rented out in Richmond. And I was like, yeah, you guys can come in and stuff like that. And you hear the way I'm talking now, right? And these are people that the only language they speak is English, but for some reason there's a language barrier because they don't know how to pronounce words correctly.
Yeah.
But when they come into the studio and when we're executing our shoots, it's like when you try to speak to them, they're just stuck or they have an attitude. Even then, I remember taking photos for their brand. They were smoking so much, all the photos came out foggy.
Because of the smoke.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What do they say about that?
I mean, I can't say nothing. They might shoot me. So you just got to stay quiet. You think I'm kidding, but I'm actually being very serious. You have to be very safe and protect yourself. You just have to be obedient and walk away. You saw what they did to... Yeah. So there's no such thing as having opinions as much, you know what I'm saying? So you can't really talk like that. But yeah. Like, again, to answer her question as well, too, regarding like the separation amongst people that know how to do all those things or don't. Everyone in the field, or at least most people that I know, have a hard time of being organized or just knowing how to approach things in a very professional manner, if that makes sense. But when you do know how to approach things in a professional manner, and one of those things is just knowing how to hold a routine for yourself, starting with that, you translate it to your work and you translate it to what you do in the creative field, and you're pretty much good to go. So, but most people lack that. So, yeah.
Going off of that, so I know you work with a lot of people and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
Have you ever felt like your creativity was being lost as you were working with people? Like your vision was being diluted, sort of?
Yeah, 100%. I would say, like, I think like 2 years ago, I believe, a little over 2 years, I was just focused on client work primarily. So, like, you know, if somebody hits me up for just a regular casual studio shoot or something for their brand where they kind of have the idea established, I'll do it. And then I just remember I stopped doing like concept shoots, which are the funnest things. It's totally free. I don't get paid for it. I invite a bunch of people to shoot with me, and like everybody gets free photos and benefits from it and stuff. I just didn't have the time to do that during that year.
Wait, all for free?
What?
Concept shoot?
Yeah, like I'll be the one to like get a studio space or find a location, and shoot everything. Like it'll be my concept essentially. And then I just invite anyone who wants to model or whoever wants to grab experience like producing or being like a director or whatnot, will like pull up or are more than welcome to come. But those are when the best ideas come out, because my vision is like fully enhanced and I'm in full control. But
because there's like no pressure, sort of.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, once you start establishing yourself to a certain degree, people start to trust you and trust your mind. And that's honestly what's happening now. Brands come to me, people come to me, and they say, hey, like whatever it is you want to do, the creative control is all up to you. So
For real.
yeah, it's just a matter of like credibility or or just like how good your work is for the most part.
So
So, yeah.
a lot of the stuff you do now is based off your influence rather than having like objectives from somebody else's ideas. It's all you, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's crazy because people will reference like a film I did some time back and be like, I want to do exactly this, what you did, or something like that. So yeah, that does happen a lot.
Because I video edit a lot and I love it. But I can't imagine a world where like someone telling me what to edit and then like I just do it. It just doesn't feel the same.
That's when you start charging extra, bro. You think I'm kidding. And I learned as I went. Like if somebody, like what I mean by that is, let's say somebody gives you some control of a project and you edit it a certain way for a video. There's a thing called like revisions or whatnot. And this is all stuff that I learned along the way. Some people will like ask for like the same video to be re-edited like 5-10 different times for the sake of them wanting to try something different with the project. But usually, and again, once you start talking to people, networking, you learn that re-editing a video, for instance, is an additional charge. Some people charge like an extra $500 or $1,000 to do a re-edit for a client sometimes too.
Like per revision?
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
I haven't gotten to that level yet. So, but that's definitely what people do. Oh yeah, there's a lot of fees that come with getting like a photographer, videographer, or director to like do a project with you too. So
I feel like,
yeah.
so it's kind of like reverse. People think if you're good, then you charge more, but if you charge more, then they'll see it as good, sort of. That makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah. I've had people like really big clients, even for like photo work too. I recently went to LA for a photo shoot. They had an amazing budget for it. It was the most money I was ever paid for it, for one singular project ever in my life. And
Can we disclose?
Nah. NDA, man. NDA. It gets serious like that sometimes
For real?
too. Yeah. Oh yeah. Like how like great opportunities might come about for the most part. But I was extremely nervous going to the shoot because they invested a lot of money into me for coming over there to the West Coast.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, like I really hope I don't mess this up. And I just had like a lot of like thoughts and hesitations in my head going into it. But come to find out, every single photo I was taking, they loved. And they said, you have free control over the edits. I sent them the edits. They said, they were overly satisfied. And what I've come to find out, people that pay more or invest more when you do these projects tend to be the most like easiest clients to work with, believe it or not.
Say that one more time.
Like people with people that tend to invest a lot more money into who they decide to work with, especially with photos, videos, directing, whatever the case may be, tend to be like the easiest clients to work with compared to people that don't invest or put in a lot of money to those types of services.
So you would think it'd be the opposite.
I would, yeah. But I think it's just because like people with higher budgets and people that are willing to pay more tend to feel as if like they would just rather give a lot of control to that person so they don't have to think as much. Because, you know, if you're able to pay a certain amount for just some photos, then you're definitely doing something right in life. You got other priorities to consider.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's something I learned along the journey as well, too. So
I want to definitely build off of that.
mm-hmm.
When you said you were stepping into that shoot, right? They paid a lot of money to bring you to the West Coast.
Heck yeah.
And you were afraid.
Heck yeah.
I'm very curious now that I have you on here. How many moments where you were like scared in a shoot where you couldn't focus or you had to like put your head together? Like, how did you do that? Like, can you name a time? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. The time I did that shoot with that modeling group at college where the photos went viral and like Summer Walker announced it. That was a time.
Oh, okay.
I thought all my photos looked bad that I took.
That means you're a good photographer.
Yeah, I guess so. There was another time too. The shoot that actually got me to LA, it was a project I titled Dodger Blue. It was like a bunch of like guys in suits with blue hats. That went viral on IG.
Was that on the staircase?
Nah.
Okay, I think I got it mixed.
Yeah, them Jones.
Oh, okay.
Those ones. Yeah. So those ones right there, I remember going into that project, and as soon as we were done with the shoot, I felt like we were so rushed because we rented out a really big studio for it. And I was like, yo, nothing good came out of this shoot. But then I edited a little bit, touched it a little bit. I wasn't even thinking about posting them because I felt insecure about it. Yeah, because I was like, bro, I did not get the types of photos I wanted out of these. But then you post it and it's like, it ends up being your best work. Every time I feel nervous or like really, really nervous and not prepared for a shoot, like in the sense like I overthink it, it always ends up being my best work ever. So yeah. It's just a really funny thing to think about.
It's an amazing story. Hey.
Yeah. Yes,
That tends to be the case for a lot of people. Like in artists, for example, when they make music, I hear all the time, but they drop a song accidentally or they didn't really like it. They put on an album or EP, whatever's the case, and that song just happens to be the biggest one. And it happens a lot in creative spaces where the one you think will do the best doesn't, and the one you think will do the worst does the best actually.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, that's how it always works out. A lot of artists, famous people, they don't even like the biggest songs or biggest hits that they have. They usually say that, so that's absolutely right.
It's actually true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dang. No, I'm just thinking about it because all the videos in my past.
Have you ever felt like you were nervous when doing anything with this podcast, or at least just like the work that you do?
Absolutely,
Right?
absolutely, yeah.
Of course, man.
All the time.
How did it feel when you had your like first guest in this seat?
In that seat? Because I have multiple studios.
Oh, wow. Look at you.
Oh,
Tough.
no, like
Fire.
bounce from studio to studio.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, but still, going from one to another, that's tough. But no, in the sense that like you had your first guest, like you reached out to your first person and was like, yo, I'm about to do this. I would love to invite you here. Like how did you feel personally, like getting into that moment?
I was very nervous.
Yeah.
Luckily enough, they're friends, so I was like, we could just have a conversation. But the first two shoots, she said, like, have you ever had a time where the audio got lost or the video got lost? We know the person's name. I'm not gonna say it. But we were shooting. It took a long setup, and then we finished. He looked at the camera. He was like, "Yeah, man, we got to reshoot." And then we had to restart. And then the next day we had to restart. So I already had practice. But yeah, my first recording with Balam, Nat, Asias, I'll never forget them. I was a little nervous. Definitely came a long way since then. But yeah, I was very scared.
Yeah, I mean, typically as it is, that's usually how it goes. But now you see everything working in full fruition. I mean, you have Jebanas hanging off the mic and stuff. It's beautifully decorated. So I love it, man.
It's actually her art right there, right behind you.
Oh, you made it?
Yeah, the painting's right behind his head, next to the on-air.
Like these ones? You painted this? Oh, I would actually buy that for my own studio. Yeah. Do you sell it? No, I will do it. Yes. You know, you could get a lot of money if you sold this and went to a lot of like Ethiopian restaurants and like offered it to like some of the adults. Oh, 100%. Even though our community is toxic, they're very supportive when you start a business. 100%. 100%.
That's actually very true.
Yeah, very supportive.
Speaking of, now that we're talking about the community, have you ever gotten backlash from the community?
Oh,
of what
yeah.
you do?
Oh,
Really?
yes. What? Absolutely. We're the worst. What? Every single time. But you know what? There's something, all right, there's like a secret to it. Especially because I was born and raised here, but I feel like I'm pretty cultured. Like, I speak the language, I eat the food, I go back home pretty consistently almost every year. But you really have to learn to just be an American.
Be an American.
Yeah.
Please go
You know
deep
what I mean?
on that.
Like, for example, there's a lot of noise in our community for sure, and it might cause someone like stress or anxiety, or might make them, you know, feel some type of way about how they look or perceive themselves or things that they do. But what I mean by like, you really have to like jump into your American side is just realize you have the freedom to do whatever it is, and no one can really dictate exactly what choices you get to make for yourself, in a way. Because in our community, things are very like community based, you know what I mean? Like back home, I know for my mother, when she was growing up, like it was a community decision what college she went to or what life route she chose, because everything that she was doing had direct impact with her family, if that makes sense. Like if she was going to go to this school, she was going to work this job, then she was going to be able to take the money from that job and pour it back, you know, to her mom and her dad, my grandparents, things of that nature. Or like for my father, who's like the oldest of like 5, 6, I believe, he came to America to make sure, you know, his brothers and sisters could live a comfortable life, if that makes sense. And what I mean by being an American, try to think more independently about yourself.
Like disassociate from...
Not disassociate, but just more so like for example, if you have something that needs to get done, you have to be selfish sometimes, if that makes sense. And if you aren't selfish with your time or what things you choose to do, you're not essentially going to progress in life. And it even just goes by like small routines itself, like how we're always late to everything, for example. Like,
he came right on time too. He texted me on the dot.
Yeah, I think I'm probably one of the most punctual Habesha men out there.
Period.
Genuinely speaking.
Breaking generational curse.
Try to. Every time I invite my friends to something, man, I always tell them 2 hours before the actual time. Pull up.
Smart.
And they still come late, surprisingly. So, yeah, that's my thoughts. But what are your thoughts on it?
I get a lot of stuff from my parents. Not bad stuff.
Hell yeah.
Like good stuff. But yeah, earlier my dad was asking, literally today on my way out, he's like, oh, when's the money? You know, when is that come? I'm just like, Dad, I'm nowhere near close. But yeah, it's like little stuff like that. But yeah, I got mixed opinions.
Yeah.
Part of the process.
You know, what's funny actually is my mom, well, I was working a full-time job right after undergrad, and then I quit after a year to do what I do full-time now. I'm currently back in like grad school for my master's in like public health policy and stuff like that as well too. But the reason why I bring that up is I mainly just like majority of my income comes from my business. Like from April 28, 2023, that was the day I left my job. And since then on, everything has been covered with my business for the most part. But
it's a leap of faith.
Yeah, leap of faith, but also at the same time, like, also glory be to God, of course, always. But with that, dude, I just remember my mom just having so many questions. She's like, yo, you're going out the country with what job? Oh, it's just the business. Oh, okay. And then she'll see me like purchase like new clothes, you know what I mean? And she'd be like, where are you getting all this money from? Like, this is my photography business. I was like, Okay, cool. Then she'll see me like I just recently purchased like a car, my Camry last year, and
Congrats.
she said, "Where are you getting this money from?" And I'm like, "It's my business." She's like, "You are selling drugs." That's what she'll tell me. She thinks that. You are selling drugs. Yeah, literally. She still thinks that's. I have a photography studio, right? I have a photography studio where I do portrait sessions. She thinks I use that for inventory for my drugs.
You serious?
Yeah, to this day.
You're like, Mom, I just take pictures.
Yeah. Where are you getting this money? Literally all the time, bro. I'm like, damn. I'm like, yo, bro.
And I feel like, especially in a lot of Habeshas, what it is our parents are accustomed to, like, you go to school, you finish, you get your master's, then you get a job, and that's how you live the rest of your life. So when they see something outside of that, it kind of catches them off guard. They don't really understand it too much. They weren't really raised here like us. So but that plays up.
Yeah. Oh, no, 100%. And funny enough, my father had a dream of being a photographer, but he was insecure to charge people because he just never felt like he was good enough. So he just came to like friends' parties and stuff and just took pictures for like his friends' wedding and stuff for free and stuff like that too.
So how does he feel about you? Like,
dude, he's like, yo, you're living my dream. But I'm like, it's thanks to you, man. So thankfully he doesn't think I'm selling drugs though. So that's definitely really good. Cause I think Habesha parents, they see a lot. You know, my parents came in like the 80s. They came here like ahead of like a lot of other Ethiopians and Eritreans and East Africans. Yeah, just in general. And so they've seen like everything leading up to this point. You know, their structure was, again, like survival of the fittest, but not just for themselves, for their kids, for their family, for my father having to do that for his younger brothers and sisters that came with him to this country as well too. And when they see people like going outside of the box, especially in this generation, to them, they didn't have any time or space in their schedules to really make a risk or like try new things, if that makes sense. They just had to work like as best as possible to make sure, you know, food was provided, or like the mortgage or the rent was paid, or they could pay off this car like on time and things of that nature. So like lollygagging and doing a photography business, or like my mom, she always wanted to have her own coffee shop. You know what I'm saying? Doing those things, it becomes difficult without having time for because you essentially don't have time for yourself. You're living for your children. You're living for your family for the most part, which brings back the whole idea of community and how that's been like the basis and the foundation of our parents' generations and before, and which is why sometimes there ends up being like a clash
between the new generation.
Yeah, between the new generation and like the older generations.
Absolutely,
because we think very independently, you know, like we have a schedule from 9 to 5, majority of people, like every single day. And after that, you know, we have like routines, and there's these new things like self-care days or taking yourself on a date or something like that, which I'm not opposed of. I think it's great. But there's a lot of like individuality that's like not really known or practiced back home, at least. So yeah.
Okay, I got a question then. Can
Absolutely,
you name
hit me.
a point in time, like an event, like you're on your way out to a shoot and your mom said something, your dad said something, and like what was your way of going through that? Because I think we have like a lot of Habesha creators that let that get to the best of them, where they're on their way of creating something or they're thinking about something, and their parents kind of bubble them.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no blame or shade to parents, but was there a point in time where you experienced that clash?
Honestly, I did a very good job of not getting into so many of those clashes. Yeah. I kept my stuff a secret for a long time.
You kept it a secret from your parents?
No, absolutely. Even to this day, like I don't really feel too big on like talking to them about what I really do majority of the time. I'll just tell them, oh, I'm about to do a shoot or whatever. And like, hey, if it's paying your rent, if it's paying your car note, just don't get shot and killed by selling drugs. But as long as you're healthy and safe, that's all that matters. But yeah, no, I just kept it a secret for like the first 2 years.
Wow.
And then
That's a long time.
yeah, and then my mom would keep asking me, where are you going, or why are you going, like, and leaving the house so many times. And then she saw my bank statement one day and she was like, explain. And then that's obviously when I told her.
Drugs.
Yeah. That's when I told her, okay, Mom, like, I have a business, this, that, and the third. Luckily, my sister, I have 2 older sisters.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know. People perceive me as a only child usually, but they're a
I
lot
have 2 older
older.
sisters too, man.
Tough, really.
Yeah.
Nice. Likewise. Tough.
Oh, my bad. Continue.
No, you're good. But my older sister, one of them, she really liked the concept of me doing that. She just said, as long as you excel in academics and you continue doing, you know, what you do outside of photography, which is the public health field that I'm in currently, I'll like try to get them on board with this and like be in full support. And I was like, yeah, all right, cool. So
I think that's very important. Like the people, how do I say this? I did this exercise.
What's the exercise?
You draw your name in a circle. You draw, whoa. Yeah, you draw your name in a circle, and then you write people that mean a lot to you as like flower petals. And as it goes further out, the less they kind of mean to you, and the closer it is, the more they mean to you. So I did that exercise, and the closest to me were like my sisters. But have you ever noticed where like the people closest to you had a big effect on how you like create or what you make?
Like positively or negatively?
Both.
Or both. Well, like I said, the first 2 years, nobody in my family knew what I was doing.
How do you hide that for 2 years?
Huh?
How do you hide that for 2 years?
I mean, for the first year, I was in college, so I was living on campus most of the time.
Fair.
So, but when I moved home after undergrad, when I was doing a gap year, obviously, you know, they see the equipment sometimes. So I just said I was doing it for fun at first. But no, I was very cautious about my energy and what comes inside of it, what doesn't come inside of it. So if I wanted to speak to like people that are close to me, I like have like certain categories for them, like who gets to like shed their light in this field of my life, and then who doesn't. And then, you know, like I have specific friends that are very close to me that have like been the reasoning behind like a lot of the projects that I do and things that I get done, because energy is a very important thing. And I've noticed that the older I've gotten, and like, you know, it's everything, like who you are around with. Sometimes, like, especially as like East Africans, we'll be very obedient and be like we'll sit in the same room with people we don't even like, you know what I mean? But we'll just be obedient because it's like everyone's friends, like everyone's got to be, you know, the same thing and this, that, and the third. Or sometimes like people will disrespect you, but you'll take it.
Like the confrontational thing that we don't do.
Yeah, exactly. But, you know, I started changing things up in my life. I'm like, yo, this is bad energy. And I'll even say it out loud, like in front of everyone. I'm like, guys, there's some negative energy going on right here. I'm not going to like it. I'm gonna walk away real quick.
I'm finna start saying that to y'all too right now.
You know?
I'm playing up. But I respect that. What was like what do they say when you say that?
They're like, what is this guy talking about?
And then you just dip.
Or they'll just like be quiet and not say anything. Or they'll say, bro. I'm like, okay, cool.
Was there like a moment in your life where you felt like you could start doing that? Or were you always, because I'm assuming that you didn't always confront people. What triggered that?
Yeah, I was, oh my gosh, I was the biggest people pleaser, especially in high school and college. And like being direct was the scariest thing for me. Like for people, like having to tell someone how I feel about something. Or like if someone's like, are you mad at me? Always lying to them and being like, nah, it's all good. But when you get older, you start to realize like time is everything, yeah? And there's not a lot of time to waste in this world, if that makes sense. And after you're done with college, once you're like in your mid 20s too, you realize like, yo, where's the house? Where's the wife? Where's the kids? Where's the money? You know what I'm saying? Like, you have all these questions in your head. Like, if you don't allow certain boundaries to be set up right away, then people will do anything they want to you. And I feel like that causes a lot of stunt, like, in your personal growth as a person. And just in general, like, I think for me, I just got really tired of wasting my time with not certain people, but in certain situations where I wasn't upfront about it. But ever since I started changing that, you know, there's a different tone that people come up to you about. There's a different level of respect and maturity that you tend to receive. It's very scary to do at first, and it was very scary for me to do it. But once I got used to it, you see like the benefits of it. Obviously, when you do it in a respectful manner, that is.
But I feel like when you first started like changing your mannerisms, just to, you know what I mean, avoid certain things, like you said, sometimes people just be quiet, kind of catch them off guard because they probably didn't expect you to, you know, come out with that. You probably weren't always like that, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
So why do you feel that is? Like,
yeah, I mean, it really just starts with like what people know you as. If you've always been like a kind person that always lets things slide easy, like as soon as you start to stand up for yourself, like people are going to be like, hey, where did this come from? But that's the scary part, you know, making that jump and making it known that, you know, this isn't really the case for me. And then, yeah, like I said, just establishing those boundaries like early on. 'Cause dude, like my biggest motto is when it comes to like drama or situations is it's not that deep. That's my biggest motto. And if I'm involved in something, or if someone's trying to involve me in something, if I'm in the wrong, or even if I'm completely innocent, I'd say, yo, it's not that deep. Just live your life, bro. Literally. Simple as that. So, yeah. And then you start to see like things are just like more easier for you. And that's how it's been. And plus, like, even with the photography game too, like,
Yeah, I was about to say, how do you take that into your work? Like, not caring. Like, is there actionable steps that you did to do that?
Yeah, like first and foremost, like I started writing contracts like last year and a lot of stuff. Because when I would do like shoots, when I would shoot weddings sometimes, which by the way, I don't really like to shoot that many weddings anymore.
Why not?
Dude, it's just like,
With Habesha weddings, right?
yes.
Okay.
Oh,
I think you
my
explained.
gosh.
I can imagine.
It's like 5, 6, 10 different aunties just pulling you to the side, asking them to take a picture of their little son on top of a table that has no correlate. That's like a fifth distant cousin from the people actually getting married.
Yeah.
And it's just like, sometimes the clients will be satisfied, sometimes the clients won't be satisfied. And the worst thing that gets me is when they ask for videos. Me, when I say videos, I'm like, yo, it's a recap. It's going to be like 5, 10, 20 minutes max. They want an 8-hour video from the moment is woke up, took a shower, and to the moment they all drink to their liver pops and basically pass out.
They want
Like,
it all.
dog, I can't do that. I can't do that, genuinely speaking.
That's
So
a lot.
it's way, way too much. I mean, you do get paid a lot, but again, having those boundaries, making sure like you're very direct, letting people know like, hey, I can't stay an hour past like this time, or the shoot ends at 8:30, I gotta be out. Because I've had
Habesha people don't like that.
no. Well, I'm sorry, I was born in America, so I have different standards. You can take whatever it is. Yeah, I'm 100% Ethiopian at heart, but you really do have to move out as an American, genuinely speaking. So yeah, no, I can't stand that, because say for instance, if I were to shoot, I don't want to say Habesha, I'm gonna lose all my Habesha clients, bro, but they understand. Say if I were to shoot someone, you know, where I didn't have boundaries with right before,
Didn't have boundaries. Okay.
like during today, because I had a shoot before this.
Yeah.
It was an Asian dude and a white girl, and they were really nice, respectful. As soon as it hit 7:30, they were like, oh, it's time to go. All right, let's pack our things. Ready to go out. Have a great day. It's great meeting you. All that good stuff. I was like, oh, perfect. I have plenty of time. I went and grabbed some Chick-fil-A a little bit, chilled, all that good stuff, parked my car, listened to music while waiting for you to pull me up over here. It was amazing. But if it was anybody else, especially Habesha, I'd say, oh, it's 8:30. And I have cue words. I hate when people don't understand like social cues. Yeah, I'm like, all right, I'll get this last shot in for you and then we're good to go.
Yeah.
And be like, can you try it this way? Let's do this one. Let me do it upside down. I'm like, yeah, hop off, bro. Dog. It's just too much.
Was that Arabic?
No. It
Was
wasn't.
That's not. I didn't clock that.
Hmm?
A different language?
So what? What happened?
I might. I just didn't.
No, you said it too smoothly.
You'll rewind it and know. If anybody ever understands what I just said, they will forever. I'll give them $1,000 at any given
So
time.
let's pause this.
Oh, so you guys didn't know?
No.
Okay, y'all looked at me like I didn't know too. Okay. That was Arabic. That had to be Arabic.
No, it's not Arabic. That's racist. It's not Arabic.
The wah got me. The wah.
Hmm?
I'm gonna get canceled. Continue talking.
You know you're gonna edit this out. What are you talking about?
No, don't edit it out. It is actually geeks.
One more time.
Huh? One more time. وهب زليل يا عثمان وعمرية.
What? That is not Arabic?
That's like in the
It's
Middle
not
East.
Arabic. Nah. Dude, that's... It
It's not
could
Arabic.
be.
She said
Something
what?
like that. No. It's not Oromo. It's not Orominya.
It's an Ethiopian language.
It's not
Mhm.
Tigrinya.
Wow.
No, not Tigrinya.
No, that's definitely
It's like
not
from one of
Tigrinya.
the tribes. It's like a very secluded tribe in Ethiopia.
Oh, is that the tribe? Don't mean to be racist. The one that they do the
Mm-mm.
From Wakanda.
Okay, good.
No.
You said Wakanda?
They are in Wakanda.
Wait, you talking about
Oh.
the ones with the plates?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, how do you expect them to verbally talk with that thing in their mouth? Sign out. Sign out. Go ahead. Dog.
Very curious what
Harar?
that is.
Hadar?
We're just gonna have to let the comments figure
Yeah,
that
it's
one
fine.
out.
It's all good, bro. Whoever can figure that out will get $1,000 from me, and at the same time, free lifetime shoots for the rest of their life. Nobody has ever figured this out. Only my uncle knows what this means.
Is there like
Has
an
to be like a
expiration
TV
date
show.
on it, or?
Yo, I'm gonna be in the
Nah, no
comments.
expiration date at all. Mm-mm.
What?
So,
Oh.
whoever
I'm
can figure
editing
it
this
out.
too. I can see all the footage. Put it slow mo.
Whoever can figure it out, man.
Shazam.
Shazam.
I said it right now. Right here. Shake my hand. $1,000 and a lifetime full of free photo shoots.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep. I shook
No,
the
I'm
hand.
gonna figure this out.
You told that to the editor, the person that sees everything.
Yeah.
Bet.
I'm confident nobody will figure it out.
Wow.
Mm-mm.
What?
Hidden keyword, man. Absolutely. That's one of my pet peeves for dating. If you don't know what that means, I'm not dating you. Yeah.
Very strong filter.
Sign up. Go ahead. What's
How is dating like for you? Now that I'm curious. I mean, I know you don't have to disclose too much, but
Mm. I got a lot to say about that topic. I'll tell you that much.
is that like the first thing you say on a date? Yo, my name is Yoni. I do this and that. Or do you hide it?
Nah, I don't really talk about it too much. At least when I was like dating around a little bit, like a few years ago or over a year ago and stuff like that. Funny enough, and I hate to say it as if I'm some type of celebrity because I'm really not. It's just that the DMV is kind of like small. Everyone just knows each other. But people would just bring it up to me, if anything, and then I'll kind of just explain. Or if they ask like, what do you do? I'll say I do this, and then I also do this and stuff. So, yeah.
Have you ever used it to your...
To my advantage? No. But I know photographers that do use it to their advantage. They deserve to be blind and never see ever again, honestly speaking. Because it's really bad. No. There's actually really bad stories about like there was this once actually... there was this one story of this one photographer that I used to follow. Was really big in the field. And he was actually accused not of doing something, but helping his friend out do something to someone he was photographing, if that makes sense.
Can you say that one more time?
Like he basically helped his friend like do something to the person that he was shooting
Oh, okay.
on set. So, and in those case scenarios too, like I take that stuff very seriously, and there's guys that obviously take advantage of that, which I don't think is fair at all. Like me personally, growing up with two older sisters, having a lot of like platonic female friends, I understand that there's a level of like comfortability you have to provide women and like girls in general as a guy, and especially when you're taking photos. I mean, think about it. It's like for most women, I don't want to generalize women in general, but you guys can correct me if I'm mistaken, but I feel like appearance is a societal norm that's very craved when it comes to like women versus men, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're talking about taking photos, it's literally all about what you're capturing. So when you're capturing women, it's like most of them probably already feel as if like, oh, like, how do I look? I got to make sure I look this way. I'm having a stranger take photos of me. This is like a really weird environment already off rip. So like even me, when I first started, I would invite one of my female friends like over to all of my shoots. If it's a female, like I would always, like when I first started, always invite them so that she can talk to them, make them feel comfortable, give them like, you know, girl power, stuff like that, connect, all that good stuff, just because it's kind of a very anxious environment that you're walking into when you do a photo shoot traditionally. So I take those things very seriously, which is why I said some guys don't deserve to see if they take advantage of their photography abilities and exploiting women with it, which I have heard about other people do. So yeah.
I only see that online.
What?
Never heard, like, only see that kind of stuff like through like websites or shows. But
Oh no, it happens. 100%. It happens. Even in the DMV. Well, I don't know about I've heard of like one case, but yeah, no, that's just something I'm very strongly about.
so tying it to making your clients comfortable, just
Mhm.
a comfortable environment. Because I feel like that's what creativity really needs, like a space
Yeah.
for you to be comfortable. Like it's not really something that you create. It's more of something that you just bring out of you. Once you pull the walls down and then pull it out of you. Pause.
No
But
Diddy.
no Diddy.
I
I need to know
Feel
what
me?
this is. Yo, when I'm editing, I'm gonna be so mad.
That's tough. You got it.
But basically, like, what's going through your head when you're trying to create the environment for everybody, including you?
First is music. I'm really big on music. I have like a whole playlist dedicated to when I shoot. You know, just gets like the groove going, and it's very like comfortable music to listen to. Just R&B, chill rap music, old school music, 90s music, things of that nature. Or even just allowing like people to choose the music they want to listen to. And then just like telling people like in the very beginning, like breathe, relax, and chill. I always tell them that in the very beginning, just to make sure, you know, they understand this isn't like supposed to be a tense environment, you know. This is very like open to collaboration. If you have ideas, I'm down, let's do it. If I have ideas, let's do it. Things of that nature make people feel very involved in what they're doing, and involved with the photo shoot in general as well too. So just like establishing that within the first 5 minutes, 10 minutes is very important. So yeah, and then obviously, you know, asking like questions like, what do you do? Things of that nature. Be very like personal and hospital, or not hospital, but your system. Like have good like hospitality and stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've been very curious about something else though that we brought up earlier. It was the DMV and the culture.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever feel pressured that you feel like you have to like represent where you're from with the resources that you have, whether it be from Ethiopia or from the DMV?
I mean, I think everything I do, I always try to put it out there to everyone that I'm from the DMV, and I stand by the DMV. And like one of the very first things that I like to let people know is that I am Ethiopian as well too. It's just a part of my identity, part of who I am, part of how I move. Well, not with the lateness and stuff like that, obviously. But it's just who I am. And when it comes to creating, you need to be authentic with yourself, if that makes sense. Like me being from the DMV, me being from, you know, Northern Virginia, I'm just a regular average suburban person that has lived in a very like fob-like household. You know what I'm saying? Which honestly, like, I'm very proud to say, genuinely speaking, because you build so much character, especially living in like two worlds. I always call it like a house of tradition, and then two worlds apart almost. Because inside the crib, you know, it's like you got injera on the table. You know those like random like animals, like those animal like clay statue, the small ones. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm only thinking about the giraffe in your house. That's
Like,
all.
Yeah, the giraffes, the elephants, yeah, literally those. There's a bunch of those just hanging around the crib. There's random paintings of family members you've never met just chilling. You know what I'm saying?
Paintings. They're always paintings.
Paintings.
Never actual pictures.
Yeah, exactly, right?
You're like, who's this? You're like, you don't know? You don't
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
Yeah, like, you don't know, right?
Literally, 100%. And then just like, you know, having a bunch of Toyotas and Hondas like parked up in front of your driveway.
Taxi.
You know, said the taxis, yeah. You know, believe it or not, my father was actually part of like DC taxi cabs, like way back, even in the 80s, like one of the first like fleets, I think, something like that. So taxi culture was always really big. Like when I was little, I would walk over from elementary school and see just a bunch of like Habesha uncles posted up with their taxi cabs and stuff like that. So it's like nice. You like have like one way of living, and then you decode from another way of living as soon as you step outside the house. So, and that's always been a big part of what I create.
Yeah.
And what's made it very distinctive compared to how other people create too. Because a lot of people throw facades as well. You know, you have like Habeshas that go through a lot of identity crisis, you know, and they just, you know what I'm saying, want to either sag their pants and sell drugs off of Seminary Road and stuff like that too. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, oh, just go home and do your schoolwork, bro. Relax, dog. You are not built for that life. You know what I'm saying?
No way.
You think I'm kidding, bro? Duke Street. All those places, bro. Van Dorn. Literally, dog. All them heads, dog. So, yeah. So just going through those identity crises and just hanging around the wrong pool of people, and then they're just lost. There's some people that are actually like legitimately lost spiritually. It actually really scares me sometimes too, because I'm like, yo, how are you going to live your life? Honestly. Like I asked that so many times.
I bet he asked some people that like looking at them like that too.
I already have like 15 people in my head that I'm thinking about right now that I can think of. So yeah, it's just not a good life, bro.
Got the shivers from that.
It's just disgusting. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
My bad.
Sure.
Am I talking too much?
Tying to the topic, do you ever feel like the pressure to like, how do I say this? Je ne sais quoi. The pressure to like, oh, this is my chance to speak to so many people. This has to be like really, really good, or this has to speak to so many people, or like it can't be like an expression. It has to be a creation of something really, really good. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I was just wondering if you experienced that.
Nah, I know who I am. Yeah. So as soon as you know who you are as a person, there's nothing scarier than a person who knows who they are, man. Honestly, I say it to everyone all the time. Because if you know who you are, then nobody can tell you anything, honestly speaking. So, yeah, I mean, regarding like why would you feel like pressure to say you're from the DMV or from Ethiopia? Like what's like a common thought you have in your head, like as to why you would defer from disclosing that to some people?
We had this conversation on another podcast about like regions and. I'll touch lightly on this, but there's a lot of stuff going on back home.
Oh, yeah.
And they say wherever you're from, just stand by it and be loud about it and proud about it. So especially now, I think sometimes I do let it get in my head, but I do try to ignore it. I do try to like give it away. But yeah, at times it's just like, remember where you're from. There's a lot going on back home, and over amplify what you already knew.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and I'm not gonna touch base on that topic even further than what you said as well too, but it's always good to understand perspectives, right? And that's something that, I mean, it's just a natural thing that human beings might tend to lack just in general. It doesn't really depend on where you're from or what you stand by or whatever the case may be, but just understanding perspectives and knowing, just not being ignorant to like certain situations, whether it be back home or whether it be, you know, overseas, you know, with everything going on in Gaza, with things going on even in America, in our own country right now currently. Just knowing that there's more than one right answer and being very like respectful towards people's answers and what those, you know, things might be, because there's a lot of emotion that's tied to like how people feel about certain situations, and then there's people that only think logically, you know, and that are very like cutthroat about certain things. So yeah, I mean, even I myself, like I've been put in those predicaments to kind of be, you know, a little worried to say, you know, where exactly I'm from, or if I'm from the DMV or being Ethiopian, whatever the case may be. But I mean, in the end, as long as, number one, as long as you believe in God, two, if you're a good-hearted person, and three, you have sympathy for others, I mean, that should do just about everything to help answer that question for other people. And like I said, there's more than one right answer to every situation, because everything is always about perspective. Yeah.
That was well said. Very well
Thank
said.
you. Thank you, bro. Thank you.
How is being a creative in the like a creator in the DMV? Do you think it's different compared to other locations in the U.S.?
Dude, it's the best, honestly. Like being in the DMV, there's more like real life. You know what I mean? What I mean,
Life. Okay.
like what I mean by that is like you're more grounded in the DMV, if that makes sense. Yeah, like being a creative is cool and all, but what else do you do? That's always the question. And it's like, oh, this really doesn't mean that much. Like there's a lot of people that appreciate a lot of things, and people tend to overlook the fact that the DMV is like a great hub for like creativity. It's just a matter of knowing where everybody is, because everybody's so hidden between Virginia, DC, and Maryland.
So true.
But once you find like one person to tap in with, it's like you know everybody. So, but it's nice because, you know, you live a very balanced life. There's like work as in like a 9 to 5 or school or whatever the case may be. And then there's also your creative field. Or if you're just doing your creative field, you treat it as if it's like a established 9 to 5. So yeah, I love it in the DMV. And the best thing about it too is like New York, LA, Atlanta. I've been to those cities plenty of times. I just like going there to do work and coming right back, because the DMV is just so breathable, if that makes sense.
Feels like home.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, it literally feels like home. There's an Ethiopian restaurant every corner in Alexandria and Falls Church, bro. I'm telling you. So it feels just like
You can literally
home.
walk down the street, you're like, oh, just see Habesha walking, you're like, hey.
Habesha? Salam.
I love it. I love it.
So,
Going to the store, like, I'm like, hey.
yeah.
I'm noticing myself doing that more.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm kind of growing
The older
to
you
it.
get, right?
Yeah.
More salam.
It's so I love it.
Absolutely, man. We got to make sure we're married to each other. Our genes are weak, or else we'll go extinct.
Do your parents tell you that you have to marry Habesha?
Nah, they didn't. They would like for me to, but that's just something I've noticed. Like you'll see a mixed Habesha person, and you'll
You can't
think,
tell Habesha.
like if yeah,
You can't tell they're Habesha. They're
Mm.
mainly like look like the other race.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I can
Sweet.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you can see slight feature. Like, you just know.
Do we have strong features though?
I don't know, I feel
No,
like
we
the
have strong
eyes.
features, but we have weak genetics. That's what it is. Like if you're a Habesha where you're like one of your parents was Ethiopian and the other one was like, let's say Denmark or something, that's like an ultra light skin, bro. I'm telling you.
Earlier you said treat your creative work as a 9 to 5.
Hmm.
And I was going to ask to expand on that. So can you expand on what that was?
Yeah, it's just oh yeah, the whole thing, like, because people say I'm talented at what I do, and as much as I appreciate that as a compliment, I actually don't like when that term is used at all for myself.
Really?
Because yeah, I mean, I never went to photography school, film school. I never learned how to direct projects. Everything was just based off of experience. And I feel like when sometimes people like say, oh, you're very talented, sometimes, to me at least, it takes away the fact of a lot of hard work that I put into it. And there was a lot of hard work that was put into it for sure.
I can imagine.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. And treating it like a 9 to 5, it's like if you are a creator or someone in the creative field, and if you lack talent, like if you don't have a talent for something, but then you compare yourself to someone that's talented at whatever it is that they touch in the creative field, if you have a structure and organization compared to the talented person that doesn't have structure and organization, you're going to be a lot more successful than the talented person 11 times out of 10. 11 times out of 10 times for sure. Like every single time or chance there is to prove it. Because like I said, again, where I started, Richmond, Virginia, shout out RVA, but the aesthetically pleasing trash can with a bunch of hippies. You know what I'm saying? There's not a lot of organization. But, and it's funny because my sister, when I was telling her I was doing this, she told me, okay, if you're not going to be a doctor or a lawyer or whatever the case may be, treat the field as if you were a doctor. And ever since she told me that changed my perspective of how I work, essentially. And it's helped like differentiate me from so many other people as well too. Cause like people work sporadically. Creative people work like when they want to or when an idea comes up. But no, you have to like show up every single day, practice, figure out what it is you want to discover, and really like organize things too. So yeah, and it's a part of like DMV culture too to have like that work hustle,
Yeah.
or like that work culture and stuff like that as well. So
That's unique advice.
yeah,
'Cause I always hear people say when you're creative, like it just comes randomly. You don't need to be organized. You don't need to be like structured.
Mhm.
So that kind of contradicts what a lot of people think.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Definitely unique.
Yeah,
Yeah, well said too. That was good.
man, I try to, bro.
That was good.
I used to be illiterate when I was younger, actually.
Illiterate.
Yeah, like I was really bad at speaking.
His bio on Instagram is
I like to talk.
I like
Yeah.
to talk.
No, oh, believe me, I still talked, but sometimes the words just didn't come out correctly, like when I was younger. So, yeah, but a lot of trial and error with that. Some people actually told me that I speak in Times New Roman,
I can see that.
Yo.
which is kind of crazy,
You know that you said.
Literally.
I see.
because I don't.
Font
you know,
12, right?
It's like the calm
Yeah, really. It is.
tone that you have.
Yeah.
I'll take it as a compliment.
That should be a trend. Like, what font do you speak?
Well, people be
Yeah.
talking in cursive though.
Look at that trend.
Yeah, that trend.
What was the cursive trend?
So brain
When you
rot.
sing in cursive, I'm not gonna.
When you're singing in cursive?
Have you been singing in cursive?
They call
That's like British accent, right?
No, it's like
No, I'm not gonna try.
Dude, I'm sure you guys know how to do it.
Try it. I want to hear it. Wait, put the camera right there.
wait, how does it go? I forgot.
Corey Sharp or something.
Yes.
Well, I had to embarrass myself. It was supposed to be you who did that.
I actually forgot how to do
Singing in
it.
cursive is the actual thing.
Yeah.
Like, you know that girl, the ukulele girl? I think it started after her.
Yeah.
Brain rot.
Grace Vanderwall.
Grace.
American Got Talent.
No.
Right, the short bob girl that was like Taylor Swift.
What happened?
Tough.
Is very lost. Okay.
Tough.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's not good.
Clean.
What was I gonna say?
I might try to speak that way.
No,
We'll see.
I know.
It's not gonna work out.
No.
Time to roll this one.
Times
Times
New
New
Roman
Roman
is
is like
better.
that's your font.
All right, solid. Yeah, solid.
I was gonna say something, but I completely forgot after the cursive. My mind went blank.
Was it about British people and their accents?
I wish.
Are you sure it wasn't about British accents?
It seems like you want
You
to
really
talk
get-
about British accents.
Especially them British rappers?
Give us your line right now, your best British line.
Nah, I'm good, bro. I'm not trying to have like these freaking whatchamacallit.
Central C.
Nah, not even Central C. You know, I've been to London twice,
For real.
and I've seen Londoners fight. They pulled out swords.
Yeah, 'cause they don't
Yeah,
they don't have guns. Because the guns are banned.
Real British.
Yeah.
That's literally what?
yeah, literally. It's crazy. It's crazy out there in London, yo.
Sports is actually crazy. What year are they in? Like,
Right?
I feel like
No, I'm not talking about knives. I'm talking to like you know, like the knights. Yeah, I've seen it.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, you're for real.
I
Oh,
got whatever your money. Literally like that, and they'll like threaten them. Yeah.
You just side eye.
Nah, I say, yo, I'm an American, bro. I'm good.
I don't know none of this.
Yeah,
I don't do this.
yeah, man. Absolutely. Salam, bro. Simple as
I
that.
just remembered what I was gonna say.
You remembered?
Yeah.
Tough.
Creativity.
Mm-hmm.
I made some notes on this because I wanted to talk about it. There's something beautiful about creating an unfinished product. Like it's constantly unfinished, like art. And it's something you just get lost in. And there's something about it that just makes me want to like throw myself into it deeper and deeper. And it's like addictive too. So was there actually a point in time where you were actually addicted to the work that you made? Like one project that you have in mind right now where you found yourself like being lost, where you didn't eat, you didn't drink, you didn't sleep, you didn't answer your phone? Because I do that a lot with the best one that I do. So was there a point in time where that happened?
Like in terms of like the best project that I've like done, like in terms of like the moments,
Like the most
or
draining took the most out of you, and you found yourself like the most lost in like one project.
but it was like a completed project.
Oh, was this one like uncompleted, like the one in your mind?
No, I'm asking because you said it's like unfinished, or you're lost in it.
Yeah, like it'll always be unfinished in my philosophy, at least. But I guess for this sake, finished. So I guess people can see the backlog of how it looked like.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. But lost in the sense like what? Like
You got lost in the sauce. Like you did. No, that was very.
oh, I don't get lost
No,
in the
like,
sauce, man.
I meant more like when you're
I
creating
use
something.
meat and kibe, bro. Same with me.
Whenever
that was a fake laugh. That wasn't a real laugh. They weren't really laughing. But go ahead.
clocked, yeah.
I can tell. I know. Trust me. I tell people all the time, bro, that wasn't funny. No, you know what the craziest thing is too? Sometimes I'll see oh, my bad. What
No, I'm
happened?
saying you tell people something's not funny. Like if someone didn't make a good joke, you say, "Yo, bro, that wasn't funny."
Oh yeah, I'll tell them
That
sometimes.
makes it
You
more
think I'm the
funny.
funniest person, right?
No, I mean it depends on how
It
close
does,
you are with the
yeah.
person, though. No, like if it's like a random dude, like a mutual or someone you don't really know, you say that.
I just won't laugh.
Okay, that's valid.
If it's not funny to me,
I mean,
why am I
I think
laughing?
I would laugh even.
I think I laugh at anything.
Or I'll just
You
look
would
at
laugh even more.
Where?
Knowing you.
It's funny because it's bad. Like, it's ironically funny. Too.
Yeah,
You
I'll
just
make
laugh
fun
at
of that
Somebody
person
is
like
telling
crazy.
You, it's like it wasn't because of silence. Now somebody's telling you it's bad.
Yeah, literally. Like it was just so bad, but it's good. Like I said, you gotta be direct, man.
He's a director. You gotta clock it.
Exactly.
He
Crazy
just directed you
director.
behind the camera.
That's what I'm saying. Wahab Zalila Osman,
Oh
brother.
my gosh, his
Feel
brain
me?
right now. He
That's what I'm
knows what he's
saying.
doing.
Osman.
What about Kush? It's nice. Oh, alright, continue. It's all good.
You just curse back at him through whatever he said.
That's what I'm saying.
I guess what I was trying to say is whenever I edit, right? This is going to sound TMI, but I sweat when I edit. Yeah, I sweat a lot. More than when I work out, actually. So,
What?
which is, I know, this is weird.
No.
What type of, is it more like you're working hard kind of sweat, or like intense, you're too into it, or nervous? Like what kind of, like?
More like my palms get wet, and then
Because
get
of what
that.
though?
Yo.
Like you're just
His
too
palms
into
is
it.
I'm
wet.
just too into it. Like I'm not drinking, I'm not eating. People are calling me, I'm not answering. I live in the basement, you guys know. So it's like dark. My eyes get dark and everything. I'm just like in the zone. So I guess that was my question for you. Like, was there a point in time where you were in that state? Like what project?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, but I wouldn't say sweating. What?
Yeah.
Nah, never that. If something is doing too much, I just gotta walk away and chill. I never like stressing myself out, bro.
I'm an OCD when it comes to like creating things.
Yeah, that is true. And I've had that phase before, but I realized nothing ever comes to life when I'm in that phase or when I think that way. And sometimes I'll just think about it. If something is just a little bit off, I'll be like, bro, at the end of the day, this is just for Instagram. This is not being on the billboard right now or anything. Just let it go. Nobody's going to notice, you know. Just a small little
Pixel.
tiny detail that like you noticed because you made it. But everybody else is going to be like, bro, this is the greatest thing in the world. So, yeah.
I'm very nitpicky with what I make.
I mean, as you should, because that's, at the end of the day, that's your imagery, that's your content, that's your work. And, you know, your work is a projection of who you are, of course. And obviously you want to be like very like specific of how that essentially looks like. But in the end, if it gets to a point where nothing is releasing or nothing is dropping, then you have a problem. But if it's like 1 or 2 projects here and there, but you still got 10 projects that you're dropping out, don't drop it. If you feel like it doesn't go up to your standards too. I've had projects I've done where I've organized it with a bunch of people and I just never dropped it because I'm like, bro, this did not turn out good. Yeah.
You still have it in the backlog.
Yeah. And people sometimes still ask about it to this day. And I'm like, yo, I'm sorry, but I'm just not releasing this.
Dang.
So I'll make another project to compensate for that and then release that one. Yeah.
So, wait, so I think Zalby kind of said it too, and you said it too. It's like a representation of who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like your work is like that? Like you can confidently say that your work is like a representation of who you are?
Yeah, somebody came up to me and said, yo, your work feels like you're giving me a hug, you know?
Wow.
And I was like, okay, cool.
He's
And
too
people,
nonchalant. This guy.
yeah, and
Okay.
no, I'm being for real.
Yeah.
And just like they said, you know, with the Times New Roman, it's very comforting as well,
Yeah.
too.
It
It's
is.
like people always say it in that way. So if I'm giving you a hug, then that means it's like warm, stuff like that. People always say the same thing. So yeah. And if you know how to like translate who you are with your work and how the aesthetic comes out, you've mastered what it is that you need to master. Now it's just a basis of being consistent with it.
Yeah.
So mm-hmm.
I like how you said the hug part. People associate you for not what you do to them, but how you make them feel. That's how they remember you the most. So that goes with relationships, friendships, connections, networking, art, creative work. So what's your way of, like, is that what you're thinking of going into the project? Like how you're making them feel, or is it expression of how you feel? Or is it both, I guess, essentially?
It's a little bit of both, but more so for myself. It's a little bit selfish to say, but the first person that I want to please and like make feel good about a certain project that I do is myself. Like I'll look at the photos that I take after I do it and I'll just be like, wow, I love how this looks, or I love how this came out and stuff like that. And then afterwards it's like, okay, now everybody can see it and like however they feel. It is what it is. But no, mainly I just like, it's like just to satisfy myself for the most part. So yeah.
Oh, so there's like no person that you would like look up to when it comes to like photography or videography. Is there a person that you look up to?
Believe it or not, no. There's like maybe like 2 people that are like YouTubers, but
Name drop.
Valandez and Carl Shakur. Those are like two people that I really rock with heavy.
Wait, I think I've heard of Carl.
Yeah, Carl Shakur, check it out. He's a fire guy. He's Nigerian. And then Valandez is this dude from Detroit that makes these fire YouTube videos.
Dang, my eyes.
You got to get yourself some blue light glasses, man.
I do, but Mardet says people with glasses hate people with blue light glasses because they're just like, oh, you didn't earn those glasses or something like. Was it you who told me that? My friend sent me a reel about
I was about to say something about people with glasses, but I forgot they're wearing glasses. My bad.
He's gonna say
Nah, it's all good.
You wear glasses?
Yeah, he wears glasses.
He wears glasses too?
Yeah, we're in the majority, so.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, how are y'all the minority right now?
It's all good, man. It's all good, bro. It confuses me too when I see photographers that wear glasses, bro. Cause I'm like, bro, your vision is not good.
I'm a photographer.
She takes pictures.
Oh, you do? Tough.
I can still see.
Can I check out your work? What's your page?
Well, I don't have a page.
Okay.
You said I have no vision.
Mentally and
No.
physically.
I
Wow.
never said no vision. It's just like doesn't it kind of get in the way when you're taking photos?
It's foggy too.
Exactly, right? So I'm like, isn't that uncomfortable?
It is.
Yeah, so I feel bad for people with glasses that are photographers. Because I'm like, you got like something right here just blocking it fully. But that's why they have mirrorless cameras now, where you can like open up the screen. Yeah, it's like that. Oh my gosh, that's how I looked the whole time? Nah, you got to delete this, bro. Sign nah. I'm playing.
Or you can
I'm playing.
it's not really gonna do much.
No. I don't need to see how it looks. Trust me. I'm good. Thank you. But thank you, bro. That means a lot.
He said I already look good.
Nah, not even. This is actually my good side. This is not so good. Because my hairline goes a little bit higher on this end. So it kind of like extends the image of my forehead. So
You've probably seen a lot of photos of yourself.
I have.
How's that like? Because I see a lot of footage of me too. And it really makes you reassess
Yeah.
a lot. So.
At one point, when you start seeing something that bothers you, you're just like, yeah, this is just what I look like, you know? So you kind of just got to live with that and just keep it pushing.
Speaking of that, have you ever had anybody take your pictures, like for a shoot or something? Have you ever included yourself in a shoot or a project? Or,
I don't like when other people take photos of me. I only have one specific friend that takes photos of me. But even then, I rarely let her do it sometimes. Most of the times, it's just camera and a tripod. Yeah, people just don't know how to take pictures of me.
the angle, they don't have like the vision that you kind of had.
Yeah. It's just like, yeah, man.
I've seen the self shoot that you did. It was a while. It was the one where you're doing.
Yeah, I
or
think so. Something like that. Yeah. I do all those by myself. 'Cause you'll be surprised, man. There are people in this world that have all the equipment and all the things they need, but yet it still comes out looking like trash. Like, have you seen those people that come to like the basketball courts? They got on the Nike Elite socks, the bands, everything. Like, there's people like that in the creative world or like photo world. They have every cameras, every lens, every this, that, and the third, but don't know the concept of flash, don't know how to take a straight angled picture. And I'm like, dude, you just wasted your money. People that have done that too and that have gone to like photography school too. I'm like, wow, this is not a good look, bro. Not a good look for your life. That's what I'm saying. That is someone where their parents should be concerned about what they do. In my opinion. Yeah. 100%. No, because I'm serious. Imagine paying thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of money. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm such a huge like anti-film school, photography school, all that school. Everybody here, what's your guys' degrees?
I'm still in college.
Like doing what?
IT, but I'm about to transfer to dental hygiene.
Perfect.
IT.
Perfect. And then no, you guys told me it was like policy and then bio. Okay, perfect. I'm not hurting anybody's feelings when I say this, but people always think I went to photography school, and I'm like, dude, if you go to photography school and actually put all that money for yourself, you might as well just drop out and work at Staples. Honestly speaking, you'll have a better chance at life than going through with the 4-year college degree of film school or photography school, because you can legit learn that off of YouTube. Genuinely.
That's very true.
Yeah. And you know, another thing too, when it comes to that type of stuff, like people that I meet, I'm starting to like tell people like how it is sometimes. Like I'll tell people, yo, you're not good at this. Sometimes. So yeah.
No, that's actually a good thing.
That's great.
Sometimes people don't tell them enough. People just like bring false reality to them. Tell them their work is good, and then they build an ego based off that, and then try to build a business, doesn't work out, and then they wonder why. So that's good.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah. I tell my friends that try to do things, I'm like, yo, it's not gonna work out for you. Like genuinely. So it's really good. And I think people need to stop believing in themselves sometimes. Honestly.
I know what
You know what I mean?
Cut their losses. Like, when
Yeah.
something's not for them, you have to build like a certain self-awareness
true.
where you know this is not for you.
Mm.
I can tell that.
I feel like
That
they'll
took a
be-
while for you.
They will be upset either way. Like if you tell them at the beginning, like it's not gonna work, and then if you tell them at the end, like once they tried it and it didn't work out, and you were like, actually, like I knew at the beginning, like it wasn't gonna work out, but I wanted,
You to see
I
it for
didn't think I
yourself.
should say anything, and I wanted you to see for yourself. You're like, what? They'd be like, why didn't you tell me earlier?
That's the blame game.
But
Man.
which way would you rather be upset? You not spending all that time when your closest friend knew you're not gonna, like it wasn't gonna go anywhere, or would you rather be upset once you did all that and your friend decided to let you? I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Not everybody's meant to be a rapper. Not
Got
everybody's
some
meant
names
to
in
be-
mind.
Is this one recording now?
No, that was it.
Yeah, no, I genuinely do think that not everyone, people should know that rapping isn't for everyone.
I've had people lie to me saying that something I made was good or something I made was like really good, but deep down I knew it wasn't.
Yeah.
I don't know if they wanted to protect my feelings or they wanted to, I don't know.
But it also
That
could be
could-
like a perception thing.
Yeah.
Like,
That
they
could
might
just
have
be.
viewed it. They might have genuinely liked it.
I could tell. Like you just
Yeah.
tell.
But that's just because you're
Can
hard
you-
on yourself, maybe.
Who isn't nowadays? But nah, at the time it was like I guess it was a story within itself. I won't get. But nah, yeah, that's a lot.
And I think sometimes it's best to just seek advice from people that are actually in the field. Sometimes.
Swallowed like
Relax. Whoa.
SpongeBob.
Relax.
I was trying to say I was gonna work off of that earlier, but you can go on.
Alright, cool. No. Nah, that caught me off guard. But actually, let me not even drink my water. Let me put this down real quick next to the jabana. But also, it can be played in reverse as well too. Some people might not support you, or say they don't think what you do is good. Like if you're making music, if you're trying to be a director, photographer, or go into medicine, whatever the case may be. But try asking that from an actual photographer if you're trying to go into photography, or from an actual director if you're trying to go into directing, an actual artist if you're trying to go to be an artist, or from an actual doctor if you're trying to go into medicine. Like actually speak to those people, because they can typically scope out a bit better than like the general public of if you're cut out to be this character or that character. So yeah.
I respect that. Yeah, I value that too. Getting advice from people that are at the position.
Mm-hmm.
And that advice too, like giving that to yourself. Is there something that you would give to yourself? That was a question I was going to ask. Now I don't remember. Is there something that you would give to yourself, young Yoni, watching this podcast right now? What would you tell him? What was it?
Something I would tell him? I would tell my younger self, just keep laughing. 100%. Because life is definitely funny. In good ways, bad ways. But in the end, as long as you can understand that, as long as you can understand that everything will be looked back, everything can always be reminisced about. in a sense where like you can laugh at the times that have happened like in the past or whatever the situations you've been through, then you're able to move forward in those scenarios when you face them. So yeah, that's really the only thing that I would say to myself. Just keep laughing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you. How about yourself? What would you say to your younger self? Especially right now, starting a podcast, inviting people over, you know what I'm saying? Having like a solid team. I look at this as professional, in my opinion, by the way. And I've been on a lot of sets.
Thank you.
So,
I appreciate that.
yeah.
Confidence is a choice. The thing that makes you different from other people that aren't that are doing it is the fact that they're just doing it. Confident people are scared as well. People that are doing it are scared as well. So
Hell yeah.
something I needed to know.
Yeah. Okay. That's tough. That's very good. It's actually great, actually. I'll fake my confidence all the time.
Are you faking it right now? Question for the podcast. Hot seat.
I wouldn't say I'm faking it, but nah, like I'm definitely trying to bring the best energy that I can for a podcast. But if I walk into a room where I know there's more people in it that are better than me in like any sense, I just treat myself and like pump myself up into thinking like I'm just as good as everyone else in this room, you know, even if I'm actually not. But I just like tell myself, nah, like try to have some confidence when going into the space, even if you aren't confident. Because then when you start going into that room, you know, you start playing like a mind game in your head. And then your brain is actually telling you, okay, like psychologically, like you are confident, if that makes sense. And you are the best at what you do in this space. So, yeah.
I can tell that that's gotten you through a lot of imposter syndrome. And I can tell that you've grown a lot from your stories, especially you saying you used to like not like confrontation as a East African man. To you being you right now, I think we could all tell in this room that you've come a long way.
I guess so, yeah. A lot of us have came a long way, man.
Wow.
A lot of us, bro. A lot of us. There's not too many. Just this right now, too. I'm still amazed, but there's not a lot of people that are doing this in this area as well, at least to this caliber.
Thank you.
So, yeah. Shout out, y'all. Y'all are amazing. Fantastic. What's one thing you hope to accomplish sometime soon before the end of the year with this podcast?
I don't mean to be boring, but I prefer to keep my goals to myself.
Beautiful. Absolutely. It's an energy thing, man. Energy
you have to
thing.
protect it with your might and everything. Like, second you let somebody in that's like, I don't want to say faulty. What's the word? That's a risk.
Mm-hmm.
Letting people in your dreams, in your creative process.
Evil eye.
That too. We were talking about that last recording too. Evil eye.
Yeah.
You really have to. It's like when they say protect your peace, it's like protecting what you do.
Mm-hmm.
It's very important.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I think that's really good. Sometimes though, it's really important to share that with positive people though too.
That's true. That's very true.
Because then that energy comes back in a positive way as well.
Like a cycles.
Yeah. And sometimes, like if you give it like the right time and you allow certain people to come into that goal, then you never know, that person might run into someone that takes you to the next level or connects you to something that provides you something bigger than you expected. Pause. You know? So, yeah.
I did have one last question that we could close off with a quick answer.
By all means. Mm-hmm.
What's your dream project? Like the one that would fully capture your vision of creative expression, something that you have in mind for the future.
I might be generic and say like I'm going to keep it to myself, but I think I'm going to share it.
If you're not comfortable, you don't have to.
No. I would love to, because whoever's hearing this can help me out with it too. Maybe. We'll see. I definitely would say shooting a film in Ethiopia for sure. And not like those like old school Ethiopian films where the video is pixelated and the audio is just cut off every time someone talks because it's coming from a different source. But but Yeah, you geek. My fault. Did I accidentally subtweet someone? I think I did. I'm about to have ops, bro.
I just got a show in mind.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, that would be a dream project for sure, or something like that would really. To answer your question, yeah, doing a film in Ethiopia for sure. So yeah, man, absolutely.
So
That was fantastic, guys. Absolutely.
Thank you for joining the show, Yoni.
100%.
It's very
Anytime.
awkward having people up in this chair.
Anytime. Yeah, no, it is. It's all good though.
Nah.
It's all good.
Thank you, Yoni, for joining the podcast. I really appreciate it. Guys, if you agree with what we said, let us know in the comments. If you disagree with what we said, let us know in the comments. Yoni's information is down in the description. Check him out. I'm sure you already heard of him. But yeah, guys, without further ado, we'll catch you. Peace out.
Podcast.